Hey guys, I'm White Pikmin 11, and today I will be interviewing AwesomeFaceProd.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, so Matt, can I call you Matt?
Sure.
Alright, so we've got some questions here today, and the first of which, what is the origins of your channel name?
Okay. I get asked this one a lot, actually. It's not really anything, special, though. Basically, how my channel name came to be was I received a birthday card for, like, my 16th birthday or something like that, and it had the awesome face on it.
Sweet.
And I liked the face a lot, so I sort of used it as sort of a base, and then I was going to add productions to the end of it, but because of the YouTube character limit, I just shortened it to Prod, and that's how it came to be.
Alright. Alright, so I've also got I've got some more questions.
All
Which
right.
second of which is, what was the first game and console that you played on?
Game and console I played on was a Sega Genesis, and the game was Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Oh, sweet. Alright.
Yep, I was a Sega kid.
Alright. What is your favorite game?
Okay. It's another question that I get asked a lot too. But usually what I answer for this question is I don't really have a favorite game. Because I usually answer this in the way that I say that I'm a gamer. I like to play games. I don't really have a favorite game. I just like to play a lot of games. If I had to absolutely pick one game, I would probably pick Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
Love that game. Can't beat it, but I love it. Alright. Favorite console?
Ooh, that's a tough one too, actually. A lot of people would probably say the N64, but I'm that. I don't know, actually. That's a tough one. Because there's a lot of things to consider with that one. There's the games on the console, what other features the console has. I want to say something from last generation, but the only thing I owned last generation was the Xbox. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say that my favorite console is probably the PC, if that would count.
Alright.
You can't really. I mean, it's not really a console, but it's probably what I would consider my favorite.
Alright. What inspired you to be a Let's Player?
I have a generic response for this one. My inspiration for starting Let's Plays was Chuck Conroy, obviously. A while back, I was stuck in the original Paper Mario. Like, this is right after it came out on Virtual Console. So it was the first time I was playing it. But I got stuck, and Chuck Conroy just happened to be doing, like, a Let's Play around the same time. I don't know if he was doing a Let's Play on the first one or the second one at the time. I think it was the first one, though. But yeah, I stumbled across his videos, and I said, oh, well, this is cool. And a few years later, I tried it out for myself.
Alright. So, we've got some fan questions. First of which, how did you get involved with the crew?
Um, Probably a long story, but I'll give you the short version. Basically, when I first started out on YouTube with only like 70 or so subscribers, myself and Purple Rodri somehow stumbled across each other. And at the time, he only had like 330 subscribers. This is a long time ago. But we sort of stumbled across each other. I liked his content. He liked my content. We sort of challenged Sunday videos together, and that's how I started talking to him. And through him, he sort of introduced me to everyone else that I know now on YouTube. And, you know, a year later, it spiraled out of control, and here we are.
Alright, another fan question. The 1.4 update for Minecraft.
What about it?
How do you feel about it?
um,
That's what they wanted.
Oh, okay. I think it'll be cool. I've been loving the updates so far with Minecraft. They're adding a lot of new features to it, which is really great. And I think a lot of them are like things that might needed. I don't know, because I've been playing Minecraft since like alpha, and it gets old for me sometimes. But all the new updates seem to sort of bring it back alive for me, and I know I could play it again for a few weeks or months, being bored of it again. So I like it a lot. I think it's gonna be great.
Alright, alright, we have a Neff Squirtle from the server asked, "What is it about Lindsey Sterling that you like?"
Oh, great. Everything. No, she's very talented. I like her because of that. Her music is fantastic, by the way, and the violin just happens to be one of my favorite instruments. Plus, she's cute, so there you go.
All right,
That
good answer.
was a good question.
All right, and Zelda Fanatic 3000 asks, "What is your favorite version of Minecraft?"
Probably the current version.
Ah,
Yeah,
this one's nice.
it is. There's a lot of good features about it. Plus, it's not as buggy as it could have been. Although last version was good too. I don't. There's one thing I like about this version is that even the single player runs off a multiplayer like shell. So I don't really like that. But if you can get around that, then it's fine.
All right, so you went to PAX with the crew. How
Indeed,
was that?
it was amazing. If you have PAX, go to PAX. It is like the most fun weekend you will have ever. It is fantastic.
Got to try that sometime.
Yeah, it was my second PAX. Obviously, I went to PAX East with the crew before we were the crew. But yeah, I mean, it is just a blast to hang out with the people that you talk to so much online and interact with online. Just to finally get to either some of them for the first time, but for me it was the second time actually. But yeah, to meet some of them, you know, in real life, I guess you could say, and just sort of interact and hang out with them. It's just a blast, and plus you're surrounded by gaming, which is the fundament or the foundation of what brought you together in the first place. So it just sort of enhances that entire experience for you.
All right, yeah, that sounds awesome.
It is. It really is.
All right, so I've asked you this before, but do you believe that the Wii U is overpriced?
Yes, I believe it is probably around $50 overpriced, and I have some sort of backing to that assumption. Looking at the tech specs that have been released so far, this was after the Wii U preview Nintendo Direct conference, but they actually put a 32 gigabyte SSD into the deluxe model. I'm sure they probably put an 8 gigabyte SSD into the standard model, but an SSD is a solid state drive. And for anyone who knows computers right now, that is like the most expensive storage solution you get right now, and it's ridiculous how much they are for the little amount of storage that you get. So I looked up prices for computers, 32 gigabyte SSD, and it's around $70 now. Technology's come so far that we can put 32 gigabytes on like a USB flash drive, so that's just standard flash memory. So I looked at the prices of that, and it's like $20. So there's a difference of $50 right there. And the 8 gigabyte model is the 8 gigabyte model is like $100 price, but I won't go into that.
That's a completely much longer conversation.
Exactly.
All right. Do we have any more questions? Let's see. All right, I guess that's it.
All right.
Thanks for coming on the show.
No problem.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
I'm Pikmin 11. That was AwesomeFaceProd, and leave a like if you enjoyed this.